All sports, all plays. Yeah. All sports, all plays. All sports, all plays. 365, we making up plays. We talking the game, get you through the days. We're high in the court, the dime in the lane. Variety, topics, living the same. All presentation, sports information. Hitting the airways, taking the nation. All sport, all plays, like working your faces. Grace at the field, so tie the laces. All sports, all plays.
Yo, what is the word? What the hell is this? Why is this in the back of my video? Why is this here? You're not welcome here. Hold on. Let me get this off. There it is. She's beautiful. She's back. It's all about us. Me and you having a conversation right now. I don't even know why this is a thing. This is bothering me. Why am I in this little compact box? But anyways, we have an amazing show for you guys tonight. There is currently a tornado warning outside of my house. So we're dealing with that. And if the show gets interrupted or if you see me fly away, it's been real. That's all I can really say. You know, I'm not prepared for this. I'm from Chicago. I'm from the city. So I have no experiences with that. If it happens, it happens. It's just going to take me at that point. There's nothing I can really do. I'm already in a basement. So, I mean, I honestly, I'm doing the best I can right now by talking to y'all. So if it happens, so be it. And I had 5 people in here. Now I have 1. Haters today. But for the one lovely person that is in here, we are going to have an amazing show for you guys today. We're going to be talking about Chicago Sky basketball. I know this is a little bit more unorthodox than we normally have. Who do we think we have in the finals tonight? I'll tell you what, right now, JV. I will shave my entire beard and just keep a mustache if the Boston Celtics win the NBA Finals in 2022. That is something I'm riding with right now. I have Golden State tonight in Golden State. Today is the 3-year anniversary of one of my favorite players, Klay Thompson's catastrophic ACL tear. So I have a feeling he's going to have a great night tonight. He's going to be very productive, kind of make a stand. You know, it's an amazing story. It's an amazing end to his story. So I definitely love to see that. I can't wait to see him completely ball up. But back to the Chicago Sky. You know, we have so much to unpack today. Obviously, the Chicago Sky played against former teammate and WNBA champion of the 2021 season, Stephanie Dolson. Always amazing to see Stephanie. She's newly married, so congratulations to Stephanie Dolson. I always add that in there. And she is still going by Stephanie Dolson, so I feel a lot better. I don't feel as disrespectful as I was earlier on in the season. But it's definitely a conversation right now for the Chicago Sky, being 9-4, that they are really making a run for this division and this conference. It's definitely showing right now that we can go tick for tack with just about anybody. And I'm absolutely loving it. I think it is one of the most important things right now, and what we're doing and what we're trying to do is just continue to play good basketball. And Courtney Vandersloot completely dominates. I hope you guys can still see me while I do something very quickly. Mind your business about it. I didn't prepare for this show today at this time because we didn't expect the weather, but we have an interview with Courtney Vandersloot and Azura Stevens. Pardon me. I don't know why I tweaked out on that, but it's an amazing interview, and I really hope we can get this off for you guys in time because it was just so much fun. It was a great listen. It was a great read. To be able to watch, you know, them and their scouting report just completely dominate. They did their job, man, and they killed at it. They did amazing. So it was definitely a lot of fun to watch this game. We're going to get into the stats and everything that transpired through that. I'm super excited to talk about that because, again, we had another amazing performance from Emma Mieseman, and we just had an interview with her the other day talking about the game and talking about everything that transpired. It was so much fun. Obviously, the Chicago Sky win with a game-winning 3 by Courtney Vandersloot, 88-86, and we talked to Courtney after the game. We will play the interview in just a moment, but you know, the play was designed for Emma, obviously. Emma Mieseman on the night had 25 and 11 in 31 minutes. Candace Parker had 4, 4, and 4 and 21. Not the greatest night from Candace. Ka had 13, 0 and 6 and 24. Quigley had 16, 4 and 30 and 33. Courtney Vandersloot with a double-double along with Emma Mieseman had 20, 10 and 6 and 30 in the game-winning dagger. You know, Azura Stevens had 9, 2 and 2 and 21 coming off the bench. Rebecca Gardner had 2, 1 and 4 and 20. Julie Allman had 2, 1 and 1 and 10. Lee had 2, 1 and 3 and 6, and Dana Evans had 0, 0 and 1 and 2. I'm not too sure what's going on with Dana Evans right now. I'll have to ask Coach Wade about it the next time I get a chance to speak with him. She's not on the injury report. It doesn't say anything about personal issues or anything going on. So I am very curious to why she's been so limited lately. I don't understand what's going on unless I missed something personally. But I don't see anything in the scouting reports or anything going on to lead me to think that she shouldn't be able to play right now. It definitely doesn't make sense. But at the same time, maybe she is dealing with something that's not a complete injury, but definitely something that everybody wants to take care of and everybody wants to make sure doesn't become a problem, because that is definitely something that has happened in years past. You have a nagging injury and obviously it's not a huge deal where you can't play, but later down the line it definitely can transpire and become that. So I definitely do see where that's definitely a possibility, and that's definitely something we might have to look into with Dana, but I'll definitely try to find out more as we go along. On New York side of things, we have an amazing stat line from them. They balled out, which is very uncharacteristic for this team that's 5-9. But Stephanie Dolson, love Stephanie. She was one of my favorite players of that 2021 team, was 12, 4, and 5 in 26 minutes. Allen had 0, 0, and 1 and 7. Howard had 8, 3, and 3 in 24. Ionsuku, pardon me, I always butcher that. Ionsuku, please correct me if I'm wrong, had a triple double. And I can't pronounce her name correctly because I'm an idiot. Had 27, 12, and 13 in 37 minutes. Dangerfield had 11, 1, and 0 and 27. Whitcomb had 9, 1, and 1 and 21. Hahn had 10, 0, and 2 and 21. Johannes had 4, 1, and 1 and 28. And one of my favorite players, Michaela, had 5, 0, 0, and 9. She's just one of those players. She's just fun to watch. She's very physical. Obviously, I watched a lot of her game at UCLA, and I'm really curious to see how she continues to develop. She's only 22 years old, but I'm really excited to continue to see how she just continues to get better. But we do have an interview, and I just loaded it up, so thank you for bearing with me and listening to my annoying voice for the last 8 minutes and 46 seconds. But this interview is with Azura Stevens and Courtney Vandersloot. We didn't really talk about the game winner with Courtney. Obviously, we interviewed her just a couple weeks ago, and we spoke to her about a game winner. So I wanted to switch up the question and just kind of ask her, what it's been like being kind of a veteran leader. And it's a different sense of years past, because a big part of this Sky Championship type team, we have a deep bench, and that's not always been the case with the Chicago Sky. So Allie Quigley and Courtney Vandersloot have actually been taking Rebecca Gardner and Dana Evans under their wing. And Azura Stevens has as well. She's in this very leadership type role. So I asked both of those ladies, kind of what it's been like being in that leadership role, especially for Azure, who, started in college and then went on to a new team where she came off the bench. So she's not unfamiliar with coming off the bench and still being a big focal point of that second unit and being a big leader on that unit. So this is our interview with them just the other night.
We'll go to Mike Hughes.
Courtney, kind of to play off the last question, everybody knows about Emma kind of just learning this system. Can you kind of speak on Rebecca Gardner and Dana Evans as well, as, a lot of the league didn't know much about them going into this. If you played overseas or you watch overseas basketball, then obviously you know a lot about Rebecca's game. Can you kind of just play on what you've seen from them so far this season, kind of taking that big leap?
Yeah, well, it's been great to see them, and I think this is just a great situation for both of them. The way we play complement both their games, especially Rebecca. This is being her first time in the league, but obviously she's a pro. She's been playing professional overseas for years, and she fits so well with our system, and it almost seems seamless, which is crazy. But her ability to impact the game on both ends of the floor is something that just fits so well with us. And Dana is really making huge strides in this league. She's going to be a really good point guard in this league. Obviously, she's still learning, but they play both such an important role for us. Being able to kind of give us fresh legs going into the fourth quarter, I think that's huge. So that's something that we designed going into this season, was we wanted a really deep bench, and because we want to play long time. We want to play until this season, I guess September, but yeah, we want to play a long time.
And Azure, for you, this season you kind of take more of a leadership role with that second unit. Can you kind of speak on the mentality with that and what that's like playing with so many young players?
Yeah, I think like I'm pretty outgoing in general, but sometimes it's hard for me to be vocal on the court. But I think this year I've sort of embraced it a little bit better. And I mean I know the system really well. I've had a lot of good experiences here from the first year I was traded here, so it's more of just teaching, everybody in the second group really. If they have questions, I try to help Rebecca a lot, just to adjust. Even Julie, Lee, so that they feel comfortable on the court. And I think that's the sign of a good leader. You serve the people that you're around. And one way of serving is just to make sure that they know what they're doing. So I just try to do that every day. Get out of myself. It helps me not to be in my head about what I have going on, and just help them really in any way they can, just to feel comfortable and sort of adjust to just playing in this league.
And with that, there's so much to unpack with that, especially with the championship caliber team. The thing about Azura that just continues to impress me, and we really don't talk about her as much as we should. Azura Stevens is a big part of this championship team, and she was a big part of that WNBA championship last year. A lot of people don't realize she is only 26 years old. Let that sink in. Turning 27 next February. So she's freshly 26 years old. It's that conversation of knowing that she's entering her prime. Ka is obviously young as well. Dana Evans is one of the youngest, and obviously Rebecca Gardner is a more veteran style type of rookie, if you will, because obviously she's playing overseas for years. She's not in the first 3 years of her professional career. So she's definitely in a place where she understands the game very well. You look at Lee, you look at Julie, you look at all these individuals on this bench. And the big focal point of all of it is, who is your individual that you can go to night in and night out and they're going to do their job. Rebecca is going to play tremendous defense. Dana Evans is going to be that spark that you always need. Lee and Julie are obviously still finding their groove within this system, and I think that's to no fault of their own. They're freshly new to this squad. They came in later. And then you have Azura, who night in and night out can not only be a scorer, but an amazing defensive presence on the rebounding end and just getting blocks. So that's a big part of it. And I feel like without her, it's a total different conversation, because Candace Parker would then have to, be in the game a lot more than she already is. And I feel like a big part of that right now is you can already kind of see, it's not an age thing, but it's just an exhaustion of a short off season. They're fighting. They're doing everything they can until the All-Star break. I'm super excited for that as well. It's going to be at the Wintrust Arena, so that's going to be sick. I can't wait. I hope, we'll all be there for the ASAP network and just representing the Chicago Sky in the fashion that, they would be proud of. But I can't wait to be a part of that. And it's definitely something for me right now. When you look at this team with Azura, it's the focal point of the future. Obviously, it's no elephant in the room that Candace Parker is probably just a few years away from retirement. And that's not because her game isn't there anymore. It's just because she has been in this game a long time and she has accomplished literally everything. She has such a longer career than just basketball. She with doing what she did at ESPN and doing what she does with Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny, Chuck, and everybody else involved. She's an amazing broadcaster. Then you have Courtney Vandersloot and Allie Quigley, who are also been in this league a very long time, been in this organization for over 10 years. You need to be able to rely on an Azura Stevens, a Rebecca Gardner, a Dana Evans, a Kalia Copper. Ka is a big part of it as well. Ka, to me, is the future of the league. I think that's definitely something to where she's going to be one of those players you're going to remember for a very long time. And she's going to be the face of this franchise once, this championship type run comes to its end. And she might end up being the face of this franchise even depending on how many steps she takes. We all know she's capable of it. She's an amazing scorer. She gets to the basket like no other. And when you have amazing defensive individuals as well, it frees you up to kind of be able to just be yourself. And allow you to have that open space. So, we don't have much else to cover with this game. There wasn't anything insane that went on. The Sky don't have another game till Friday. So we're definitely going to try to do another Skytown warm-ups, practices, interviews, whatever else we got going on. I'm super excited about that. But with that being said, thank you guys for listening. This is Mike Hughes from the All Sports All Plays Network. Please give them a shout out on every single social media page that you can. They have everything from Twitch, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, Twitter, everything. And please follow the Chicago Sky. Go watch some games. Go buy some tickets at the Wintrust Arena at wintrust.com or chicagoskytickets.com. Please check them out. These women can hoop, and you might be just looking at the 2022 NBA champions. So there's always that to look forward to. So with that being said, this is Mike Hughes from Mike on the Mic. Peace.
All sports, all plays. Yeah. All sports, all plays. All sports, all plays. 365, we making up plays. You talking the game, get you through the days. We're high in the court, the dime in the lane. Variety, topics, living the same. All presentation, sports information. Hitting the airways, taking the nation. All sport, all plays, they working your faces. Grace at the field, so tie the laces. All sports, all plays.